guys, it's ANicWin, also known as Amy, and we're back. This time we're doing a coastal cottage, and I am in the world of Windenburg. And the hiccups strike again, love that. But I was going to build in Brindleton Bay, but the lot that I was going to choose has this weird tunnel overpass road situation, and I was going for calm, serene, peaceful, relaxing, those words, you know, that vibe. And an overpass gives you not that. So I moved here, and I can't remember the lot name. I'll include it in the description though. And I am so glad that I did it because the views here are stunning. I spent the first few minutes just like looking around the island. I've never played here before, so that was a new discovery for me. And I'm doing the outside, as I said, I think, or at least it's in the title of the video. This is a coastal cottage. I did not use a reference image for this one. This one is kind of off the cuff, and I am actually very pleased with how the outside came out. And you'll see more of that a little bit later. For sure, I did have to cut out a lot of the landscaping because I used the T.O.O.L mod, and I am not good with the T.O.O.L mod. It's my second time using it, so it was a little bit of a struggle, but I think I did okay. You guys really will have to let me know. And as you can see, I am completely redoing the floor plan and the coloring because I stripped this build like twice. I couldn't get it right. I wanted open and airy and light and bright, and I think it was the brick that was throwing me off because I kept leaning towards a darker color scheme, and it didn't look bad by any means. It did not look bad. It just didn't look the way that I needed it to look, or wanted. Wanted is a more appropriate word. So I am using the Country Kitchen kit, and I know people have some strong opinions about this one. Here's mine. I love it. I think it's really cool. I love that it works with base game. It's a way to get these really like niche packs into your game without having to save up and pay for an expansion or a game pack. Stuff packs aren't really that bad, but in comparison, $5 to $10, that can make a difference, especially when all you want is like a kitchen set or a vacuum cleaner. You know what I mean? I hope I'm coming off clearly. Because honestly, I don't know. Now I will say my kit did break and uninstalled itself, and for like 30 minutes I was fussy and mad at the world, but it fixed itself and it was fine. We were all good. We were all good, but yeah, that was scary. Origin tried to tell me I hadn't purchased it, and I almost blew a gasket. It was not pretty. Not pretty at all. Now here you're gonna see that right there. I mimic hanging that sign on that hook. That was not my brainchild. That was my friend April's little building brainchild, I guess. I'm gonna use that word twice because it works. And that's kind of me tipping my hat to her. She does this type of build so flawlessly. And if you're wondering who she is Miss Sim Marino. I might link her. That might be weird. I don't know. You should look her up though. Her builds, all of them are incredible. She's very, very talented. And I thought that was a cute idea. And so I used it here, but I wanted to make sure I gave full credit because that was not me. That was her. So I am putting stuff on top of the fridge. I usually do that anyway, but I was going to put the corresponding cabinet, but it was plates, and I'm sorry, but no, I'm not putting plates above my fridge. That's not a vibe. It's a no from me, dog. It's just not happening. And I was thrilled. Absolutely thrilled that I was able to get a dining space in here because I didn't think I'd be able to. And it works. There's no routing issues. You can get to all 4 chairs. You can get into the bathroom. You have no problems. Or at least I didn't experience any. And I play tested it a few times just to make sure, you know, you never know. And then you'll see, I'm going to point something out here. I hang plants in groups of 3 and I cluster them, and that's just something my brain does automatically, and I made myself pull them apart. But I just need you to know that made me so uncomfortable that I thought about it for the entirety of the build, and I wanted to go in and put them back together, and I didn't do it because it was ridiculous that it made me uncomfortable, but it did. It totally did. And then you'll also notice in the screenshots maybe that I swapped the toilet and the sink because the litter box was blocking the toilet. Don't know why. There's like a mile of space there, but I'm not going to fight with routing issues, so I just moved it. I changed it, moved on, it works. Now this bedroom is for a single parent in my brain. So I was only going to play with one sim. So I say that because the left side where that blueprint is is not accessible. And I'm not sure if it's the blueprint or the painter's cart causing the problem. I didn't actually test it or try to figure it out because I wasn't going to use it. So it worked for me. But if you're going to use this, you might just have to delete one of those items or swap it out with something, and it should work perfectly fine. Now, this mom is an artist, and it is a female, but of course, you could change accessories to make it more masculine if you wanted to. But she is an artist. I didn't give her an easel because I forgot. It was in there on the first go around, and I just didn't place it here. So I will have to go back in and add that. And I just imagine her place. This is her zone. This is where she gets creative and crafty and a little bit messy. And, this is where she hides away from the world when she needs some alone time, because we all need a little bit of alone time. And I add just like a little laundry basket and hamper there because I thought I was going to give them the outdoor laundry set, which I forgot in the build, but I do go back and add it later because if I don't do things immediately, I forget about them. And that's just sad. But I give them the record player and I size up those CDs to look like records because there's no actual vinyls, and I wish there were. And I give them that Eco Lifestyle TV because it's one of the lower quality ones, and I was hoping they wouldn't want to watch TV all the time. That was kind of my thought process there. And I am cluttering up this little open shelving. I don't think it's considered a bookshelf. I don't honestly know. But I did add that little stack of books that can act like a bookshelf, but I think because I placed it with the shelf, the OMSP shelf, that it may not work. And I didn't play test that, so I'm honestly not positive. But that might be something that may need to be adjusted. I'll have to look at it. And then the living room, I added these chairs there from different packs. And let me just say that armchair, that would be my spot. That's where I would sit. It looks cozy. It looks like it's old and broken in. And I love everything about it, including the striped blanket on the back. That would be my spot. And I do go in and swap some of these wall decorations here in just a moment because I wanted to add music artwork. I don't want to call them posters. They don't really match the style. They're more something. I don't even have the word. But I imagine that this mom does more than painting because there's knitting stuff. I imagine she draws, she sings. Anything creative she's into. And that very much so is seen with her child. I haven't made the family, so I don't have any Sims names, but she's going to have a violin that you'll see a little bit later here. She's really into music. I imagine she sits back there and she's, writing her own songs. And in my head, the violin is the ukulele? I swear I know how to pronounce words until I try to do it for an audience. Ain't that the way it goes, though? But in my head, it's a ukulele. I can't even say it. We're going to move on. It's that little mini instrument and not a violin. But of course, we don't have it in the game. I give her this panda lamp because it made me so happy. So much joy. And these CDs, I imagine those are her absolute favorites from her favorite band, and she wants to look at them all the time. And then this is the part where I really get the color scheme for her room in my head, because as you can see, everything's just kind of white. I left it white for a bit until I figured out where I was going. Used these curtains and was like, okay, pink, blue, purple, got it. That's what she's going to be. And there's no blue actually in those curtains, which how I arrived there, I'll never know. But I am placing her toys on top of her nightstand. I don't even think that's a nightstand. I think that's just an accent table because everything is too big in The Sims. The toy box, too big. Dressers, too big. Nightstands, too big. Skill building items, don't even get me started. It's insanity. So I didn't want to place more in this 3x3 room than I had to, so I just placed them on the table. For me, it's a little realistic. I feel like kids' rooms are a little chaotic anyway, so it wouldn't be that big of a stretch to imagine the toys are just out rather than nicely, neatly placed in a box. And then we get to the outside. I actually really like the way the outside came together. As you can see, I'm pulling out random stuff, but I think it all worked. Yeah, even looking back, I think it all works together. It looks like a random collection of plants. Like maybe she was out at the flea market. She liked one potted plant. She found something on the beach. She bought this in Salvadorada. I don't know. And then that's where I used the tool mod. You'll see the lattice on the roof. I didn't do it on camera because it took too long, and I also did it at night because you have to have a sim on the lot. And I was honestly just too lazy to wait until the corresponding time of day. I did use those hollyhocks and delphinium. Delphinia. I really need to read the names of plants. to know what they are, but I use those because I find that the more I do landscaping, the more I like a neutral color palette. I don't really like super bright flowers, which is news to me because some of my favorites are tulips and the crazy daisies. I love those in real life, but not in this game, apparently. I like them. I like it to be a little toned down, but it also fit the vibe. Like if you're outside and the flowers are really like high energy, then you're high energy. And if the surroundings a little more neutral, then you're a little bit more at ease. At least that was the thinking. It's allergy season for me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm struggling a little bit here. So, I just talked about neutral and I'm using this bright vine. I actually do swap it to the, I think it's a pinkish purple color, and that's more of like a hot pink red situation. I don't know. I struggle with colors. Colors that are like borderline could be this or that. I can't place them. I've never been able to. I don't think I ever will be able to. So we're just going to go with that. Go with it how it is. And we're actually approaching the end of the build kind of quickly because, again, I had to cut out a lot of the landscaping, but there's not a lot of activities on the land for them to do. I didn't want them to be off the grid per se, but I didn't think it would be very realistic if there was a ton of activity here because I felt, you know, they'd be more inclined to be in nature. It would be more holistic. Is that the word I want? I don't know. But that was kind of my thought process. And the only change you'll see from the screenshots here is I'll add some planter boxes. You'll see them in just a moment. I take those away, and that's where I put the laundry because I forgot to add it, but I added hampers. And that's really the only change. So that's it for the build, guys. I really like this one. I thought it turned out really cute, and I really do want your opinion. Do you guys think the lattice on the roof works? As you can see, I changed it. Does it not work? I really don't know. Feel free to leave me a comment or just let me know. You guys know where I'm at, and I will see you next time. Have a great week. Bye.